And we are up.
There you get a good look from our grandstand camera. It is a Friday afternoon, and we are crossing our fingers, hoping that the rain will hold off. It is a non-conference game, but make no doubt about it, there are bragging rights on the line as the Defiance Bulldogs welcome the Bryan Golden Bears. Welcome aboard, everybody. The Estill Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show is on the air. Brent Balbinot alongside Scoop Miller. Our thanks going out to our sponsor, Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, located on North Clinton Street in downtown Defiance. You can always check out their great selection of new and used vehicles in person on their lot, or now that the weather's warmed up, or if you just don't want to dodge the raindrops, you can always do so online at drivebobestill.com. All right, we've got two teams in different directions right now, Scoop. But first things first, for the hosts and the Bulldogs, they saw a 5-game win streak snapped last night with a 3-2 loss at Elida, and it came in the most stinging of fashions. The tying run was called out for leaving early on a sacrifice fly, and it ends up being a 3-2 loss. So with that said, the Bryan Golden Bears come into this one. Their last loss would have been a month ago. Granted, on the 30th, but just the same, you take a look at their last 5 games, and they have found whatever it takes. Now, granted, one is still in limbo, a 12-12 tie with Wauseon in the 9th inning that will be broken tomorrow morning at 9:30. But right now, you got two teams that want to play their best ball and hopefully put a little wind in their sails, as we're really only a couple of weekends away from the postseason.
Well, you're right, and for these two programs, two of the best in Northwest Ohio throughout the years, no needed extra incentive when these two go toe-to-toe. You know, this is for bragging rights. Again, two of the perennial powers. These teams have combined for a total of 10 Final Four appearances at the OHSAA state tournament. They've also combined for 4 state championships. And again, both really playing some good baseball. As you mentioned, you know, Bryan's won 4 of the last 5. They have a 3-game current winning streak. And, of course, that tough 3-2 loss for the Bulldogs last night is the only thing that keeps them between a 6-game winning streak as well.
Well, the Bulldogs enter this afternoon's contest 11-5 overall, 5-2 in the WBL. But, again, that last night's 3-2 loss, a stinger. On the flip side, the Golden Bears at 10-7-1, 3-3-1 in the North NWOAL. However, that one, as in the tie, is going to be broken tomorrow morning against Wauseon. Just a tie in baseball of all sports. I'm just remembering the old Iowa head football coach Hayden Fry said, a tie is like kissing your sister. No, absolutely nobody wants to do it. But on prom day, they're going to be suiting up and throwing out the first pitch, in air quotes, to finish that one up tomorrow morning at 9:30 over at Wauseon. And we were joking around a little bit with Coach Wagner, but basically I said, if this wasn't a conference game, would you be getting up that early on a Saturday? And he said, absolutely not. But that's how important that matchup is.
Well, you're right. That's going to be a tough challenge, I think, for Coach Corey Walker and his guys going over there. As you mentioned, prom day always looms in the back of your mind, and you've got other things going on. You're not used to playing that early on a Saturday, plus they're on the road. But, again, you'll find out a lot about your team, not just tonight, but tomorrow morning as well.
We're going to go ahead and break down the starters as well as the keys to the game, as the Bulldogs have just finished their infield. The Golden Bears are on. They're trying to get this done as quickly as possible to beat what we anticipate will be some raindrops here this evening. Don't forget, too, they have a freshman game scheduled under the lights on this same field. As of all schools, Cincinnati Moeller is making more than a 3-hour drive to come here and play their freshmen tonight. So what we're going to do is take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will have the Northwest State Community College keys to the game. Don't go anywhere. The Estill Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show continues right after this. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com.
Back at Defiance. They are finishing their warm-ups, trying to get ready for first pitch here as the Bulldogs and the Golden Bears getting set to do a non-conference matchup here on a Friday afternoon. Let's go ahead and get you the keys to the game. Brought to you by Northwest State Community College. Your key to great career opportunities begins with a great education at Northwest State. Visit northweststate.edu or call their admissions office at 419-267-1320. Today for Coach Corey Walker and the Golden Bears. Scoop, go ahead and break it down for us.
Well, I think for Coach Walker and his Golden Bears, it's going to be awfully important that they come out, do the little things very well. You know, they're going to need to find ways to manufacture runs, maybe execute a bunt, execute a hit and run. They want to put some pressure on that Defiance defense. I think the second thing that's going to really loom large, they're going to have to get some solid pitching. They certainly have a really good one out there in senior Cam Bukowski, kind of the ace or 1A of the staff, so to speak, for this Bryan team. But again, when you're playing Defiance, you don't have that margin of error. You've got to limit the freebies, do the little things well. So if they can execute in these areas, they could pull out a huge road win here this afternoon.
Let's flip to Defiance. Again, they want to get last night's 3-2 loss, that bitter taste out of their mouths. Granted, it's a non-conference matchup here, but a win still does that. And take a look at what they need to do.
Well, you know, for Coach Weaver and his guys, they understand the importance of the freebies. They're going to have to do a great job of kind of limiting those freebies, not giving up the walks, allowing the extra outs with the errors and so forth, especially when you're trying to face a rival such as Bryan. I think the second key tonight for the Defiance Bulldogs is going to be an aggressive offensive approach. You know, they're going to need that against the senior Bukowski out there on the bump here this afternoon. But again, this is the team that comes in struggling. Defiance just .253 as a team batting average. You know, the on-base percentage isn't anything near they'd like to have it. So I think they need to be aggressive, earn an account. And again, be disciplined. You're looking for that good fastball early. When you get it, you can't miss it. And if they can continue that aggressiveness on the base pass, they can put a lot of pressure in this Bryan defense.
Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Northwest State Community College, located in Archibald. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, it will be the Baker Schindler Company starting lineups. Don't go anywhere. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Back at Defiance, let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups for this afternoon's game. Let's start with 1 through 9 in the batting order for the Bryan Golden Bears, and this is how it will fare, at least to start the ball game. Leading things off, it will be Cade Carlin. Carlin doesn't have a huge or beefy batting average, but his on-base percentage is .426, and Scoop, when he gets on board, he's a base stealer. He's 8 for 8 this season. Batting second, it will be Tucker Miller, hitting .365. Connor Luce, the RBI leader on the squad with 15 bats third. Cam Bukowski will hit fourth, but he's got some insurance behind him in Hunter Watson in the 5-hole, hitting .420. So again, depending on the situation, you'll have to pitch to Cam Bukowski this afternoon. Batting sixth, it will be Bryce Welling, roaming left field. The bottom third of the order as follows. At third base, Jacob Uram. In the 8-hole, Cole Carlin, the designated hitter, and Jake Arnold will be your second baseman. Let's take a look at the defense for the Defiance Bulldogs. On the bump, it will be Mason Nort. Now, Nort's been battling a little bit of injury from earlier this season. His numbers are a little bit smaller than the rest of the starting rotation, but in 4 appearances, he does have 3 starts, and he's 2-0. But, Scoop, how about this? In 17 innings pitched, he's scattered 8 hits. He's only allowed 1 earned run, 3 walks, versus 27 strikeouts. That's better than an 8-to-1 walk-to-strikeout ratio. Opponents hitting just $1.33 against him. And how about this for an ERA? 0.41, less than half a run per contest.
Yeah, he's really been effective. Really does a great job attacking the zone. Does not get caught up in a lot of 3-ball counts. And again, those hits against him have all been singles.
As we are looking at 20 before the hour, as Bryan has finished their infield. Let's take a look at the rest of the defense for the Bulldogs. Colt Ward is behind home plate. The young sophomore catcher has a cannon for an arm. From left to right on the infield, it goes senior, senior, sophomore, senior. Rodriguez at third, Hansberger at short, Brownlee at second, and Braden Weaver at first. In the outfield, one underclassman paired with a pair of seniors. Daniel Orta in left, Will Horvath in center, and Drew Allegretti. They have used him all over the field this season. You want your best athletes on the field. He's been battling injury, but he's going tonight in right field. And there you see handshakes, pleasantries, lineup cards being exchanged at home plate as the wind, not as bad as it was yesterday, but I do see some umbrellas out, and it looks like it's more than just misting a little bit, as we'll have some light rain to start with first pitch. Now, they didn't want to do it, but now that they've committed, they're going to go ahead and get after it. Both these teams are going to be very busy, not only this weekend, but for the remainder of the season. Up next, as we mentioned, for Bryan, they will be making an early morning bus ride to Wauseon for a 9:30 first pitch to resume and hopefully finish off that 12-12 tie with Wauseon. But likewise, a little bit closer to home, though, for Defiance, as they will be taking on Olentangy Berlin. I believe that's a PBR event that's taking place here tomorrow. But then they are going to be very busy next Tuesday. They are going to finish up a game versus Ottawa Glandorf at 4. I believe that's on the road, if I'm not mistaken, and then hop on the bus and hustle back. Their original Tuesday night game, scheduled versus Archibald, a non-conference matchup, will be played, but it will now be scheduled under the lights at 7 o'clock. You want to play ball? That's how you do it, Scoop.
Yeah, that's a player's dream. You know, you get to play a doubleheader, and you're at two different sites. So you can do that when you're young and, again, enjoy it. And again, a great program in Archibald coming to town Tuesday night.
Warm-ups are finished. Exchanges at home plate are done. We did not get the names for blue. Scoop, I don't know if you can tell from up here who's who. Our two-man crew, but with that said, Defiance in their home black uniforms with the blue lettering and numerals. Taking the field, Bryan in their traveling gray unis with the pinstripes and the purple lettering with the gold numerals. Ladies and gentlemen, as we get set, our starting lineups, we do want to credit our sponsor, Baker Schindler Company, proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding, baker-schindler.com. Time now for our national anthem, brought to you by the Defiance County Veterans Office. If you are a veteran or a family member, would like to know what benefits you qualify for, log on to defiance-county.com/Veterans Office. And the Star-Spangled Banner. Nicely done, and a big thank you going out to our sponsor, the Defiance County Veterans Office. Proud to support local veterans and their families, connecting them with resources that they qualify for. If you'd like to learn more about or request more information, log on to defiance-county.com/Veterans Office, or give them a call at 419-782-6861. We go from the Star-Spangled Banner to AC/DC and back in black, all right? Or no, Thunderstruck, excuse me, Thunderstruck. And there you take a look at number 15, Mason Nort, just a sophomore. Just joking with him down in the dugout as I was down getting the breakdown from the coaches. He had just spread out on a bench, Scoop. He was as widespread eagle as you could get. He had, I think, a nutrition bar in one hand, and he was just kind of staring out into space. And I looked at him and I said, "Surveying your kingdom right now, young man?" He just looked at me and smiled. He pitches and shows a mound presence much older than his year in high school.
Yeah, he's really been impressive in his 4 starts he's had with Defiance. Again, you already mentioned his numbers, just incredible. They're going to need a good performance here against a Bryan team that's playing some really good baseball. And this has been a great rivalry, as we mentioned. This will be the 46th time these two teams have met in the last 46 seasons. And right now, Defiance owns a commanding 32-13 advantage over the Golden Bears. And Bryan, again, a team that has over 1,000 career wins in the program, who has 1,277 wins, which is 7th all-time in the state of Ohio.
Well, we'll see what gives here today, either the irresistible force or the immovable object. The irresistible force, Mason North, the young sophomore starter, with a stingy ERA of 0.41. Opponents hitting just $133 against him. Bryan comes in with a team batting average, very respectable, of 329, including, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 batters over 300, 2 over 400.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see which one will win out. The fact that opponents' on-base percentage against North is below the Mendoza line as well, against a Bryan team that has a knack for getting on base and getting base hits.
So, warm-ups are finished. Cade Carlin digs in from the right side. First pitch from North misses just a little low, and we are underway. Carlin digs in. Batting average at 328, on-base percentage of 426. A little late on this one as it's slicing foul down the right field line and out of play. Cade Carlin, as we mentioned, hitting 328, on-base percentage of 426. But Scoop, he's a base stealer as well. He's 8 for 8 this season. 1-1. Nice movement called strike 2.
Yeah, good-looking banner that time from Nora to quickly gets on top of Carlin, 1-2.
Well, the breakdown on Nort, his fastball isn't going to be blazing. He operates around 80 to 82 miles an hour. His curve is a true 12-6, and his changeup is his swing and miss pitch. So a 3-pitch mix, works out of the stretch. Deals, there's a bender. This one laced into right field, hustling on, and playing it on one hop, Allegretti. With that ball, I don't know if he got a bad angle on it or if it had a ton of English, but he reached out and made a great pick off the turf. If he doesn't, that's extra bases easily for Cade Carlin.
Good piece of hitting that time by the senior Cade Carlin, and you're right. If Allegretti does not come up with that snag there as he reached out on the glove side, that might be a 3-base knock. Instead, it'll be an opening single here for Bryan, who has something cooking early.
So here's Tucker Miller digging in from the right side, hitting 365. Nort steps off. As we talked about, Cade Carlin, perfect on the season so far, 8 for 8 in stolen bases. Weaver will hold him. He's got a modest lead, actually a small lead right now. We'll see what type of secondary lead he gets. First pitch, inside outed, little liner, snared by Brownlee, and he will quickly look Carlin back to first.
Great job that time by Cade Carlin to recognize where the defense was at. He was able to quickly turn around and head back to first base to avoid getting doubled up there after the nice play by Jace Brownlee.
So here's Carter Luce digging in from the left side, hitting 364 on the season. He's got 14 RBI. And they are still very much aware of Cade Carlin over at first. Nort checks the runner out of the corner of his eye. Carlin doesn't go. This one a chopper back to the mound. They'll go to second for one. Possible double play. Got him! Wow. Fielding your position. Score it 1-4-3 on the twin killing, and as quickly as the rally started, it's snuffed out with some nifty defense by the Bulldogs. No runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. 1/2 inning in the books. Golden Bears, nothing. Bulldogs coming to the plate. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit, member-owned financial cooperative. Visit superiorcu.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
Some communication from behind him there. Back at Defiance, we head to the bottom of the first. Bryan got their leadoff man aboard, but a 1-4-3 double play ended any threat that there might have been. So now we head to the bottom of the frame, and one of the two aces for the Golden Bears on the bump, Cam Bukowski Jr., and his numbers very impressive as well. In 5 appearances, all starts. He's got 3 wins versus a couple losses. He's thrown 28 1/3. He's allowed 21 hits, 12 runs, all but 1 earned. He's walked 14 while striking out 42. Opponents hitting just a $1.96 against him, and an ERA of 2.71. Scoop, offense is going to be at a premium, I think, this afternoon.
Yeah, you're right. He's had some great numbers, as you mentioned. What really jumps off the page is that 3-to-1 strikeout walk ratio, and of course, opponents hitting below the Mendoza line against Bukowski at just 196. Bukowski was, honorable mention, all Northwest Ohio Athletic League a year ago, and certainly has been one of the top players in the NWL all this season.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the Bulldogs lineup from top to bottom here. Coach Rick Weaver will send the following 9 to the plate in this order. Jaron Hansberger will lead it off, batting .222. Drew Allegretti, roaming right field, batting second. They want his speed aboard. He's a perfect 8 for 8 in stolen bases this season. Colt Ward brings a .306 average and a dozen RBI to the 3-hole. Mason Nort will hit for himself in this ballgame. He will bat cleanup. In the 5-hole, Jace Brownlee roaming second base and batting 5th. Braden Weaver, your first baseman, hitting 6th. Bottom third of the lineup as follows. Xavier Rodriguez manning the hot corner, hitting 7th. Diego Tavares, your DH, hitting the 8-hole. And Will Horvath, the speedy center fielder, batting 9th. He's hitting .317. Defensively, let's take a look at the Golden Bears. We just mentioned Bukowski for you. Sophomore Hunter Watson completes the other half of the battery. From left to right on the infield, it goes junior, senior, freshman, senior. Uran at third, Miller at short, Arnold at second, Luce at first. A senior sandwiched in between a pair of sophomores. From left to right in the green, Bryce Welling, Cade Carlin, and Easton Kerr. As Hansberger digs in, strike 1. Bukowski, big burly right-hander, blows a letter-high heater right past him, strike 2. Bukowski, talking with Coach Corey Walker, getting some sniffs from some colleges, has not committed anywhere yet as this one misses outside. They do have a couple of players that will be extending their careers at the next level. As Luce, the first baseman, has signed with Beloit College in Wisconsin. That one just off the mark. Tell you what, for a sophomore, Watson looks like he knows how to frame them. 2-2.
Bukowski making some quality pitches. Yep. 2 close misses there after getting on top of Hansberger 0-2.
This one a little late, fouled it away. Hansberger a little upset with himself. Second college signee for the Golden Bears is the center fielder Cade Carlin. He will be playing at Terra State next year. They got some talent on this roster. They are, I would say, Scoop, better than a 10-7-1 record would indicate. 2-2, got him out on his front foot. Did he pull maybe just a little bit off of that pitch?
Yes, he did. Good looking, almost like a slur ball that time. He took a little bit off. You saw them swing over the top.
So West Banco strikeout to open up the bottom of the first. Here's Drew Allegretti digging in. Allegretti has battled injury this season. On again, off again as he shows bunt. Drew has seen the average dip to 212, but again, you can't coach speed. He's got 8 stolen bases on the season. Would like him aboard. The 1-0, Bukowski, tight, compact delivery. This one popped up. Right side. So 1-2. Gowski getting ahead of the first two hitters here. See what he decides to come with. Boy, he just brought some gas. Holy cow. And I believe the count was actually 1-1. It is now 1-2. Bukowski sets, deals upstairs, and that will even things up.
That was really the first pitch. It was really not competitive out of the strike zone of the night there for Bukowski. Again, he's relying on that heater that's hitting the low 80s.
A little late on the swing. Algaretti does just enough to buy himself another pitch. Well, the sample size is very small, just two hitters right now, but Bukowski looks like, in addition to spotting it, he plays with velo quite a bit. Seen the first couple of hitters get out on the front foot on more than one occasion. 2-2, brings some heat there. Fisted, popped up, first baseman. Loose barely has to move as he hauls in the lazy pop-up 2 away.
Catcher number 30.
A great job staying with it by Bukowski. The first two Defiance hitters have forced 12 pitches, but it's been a 1-2 inning so far. Looking to go down in order. Bukowski can retire. Colt Ward here.
Ward will dig in from the left side. He stands very deep in the box. When I say deep, that plant foot is on the chalk.
Yeah,
I like his approach, Scoop.
It's on the back of the chalk as well.
Well, and so often you hear coaches say, you've got, boy, he's on top of the plate, too. It looks like he took another half step up. Let's see if Bukowski tries to run him inside here. Oh, he was sitting on it, fouled it straight back. Evens the count up at 1-1.
Well, that time Colt Ward did not get cheated. He was swinging for the downs. Guy that's got plenty of power in that bat, leads the Bulldogs in hits and RBIs.
Are you going to say Gophers? You going to sign him to Minnesota early, a couple years maybe?
I've been hanging around you too much here, hearing all these Big Ten stories.
2-1. Bukowski deals. This one well struck. Deep to center field, but the park will hold it. Carlin is there, and he'll make the catch. Well, Ward barreled it up, but he took it to the deepest part of the park, and that will do it for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're through one. No change in our score. 0-0. Defiance and Bryan. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Stanball Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling engagement ring, a timeless anniversary gift, or a present for someone special, Stanball Jewelers has something for every occasion. Visit us today and discover why we've been serving the community since 1948. When a fire or natural disaster throws a penalty flag, let ServiceMaster Restore work for you. Anything from minor cleanups to complete overhaul and rebuilding. Contact ServiceMaster by McCann.
Top of the second, no score, one hit between both teams. It was a leadoff single for Bryan, but quickly erasing that base runner on part of an inning-ending 1-4-3 double play, which means Mason Norp has not faced a hitter over the minimum. He will deal to 4, 5, and 6. Cam Bukowski will lead it off. Hunter Watson on deck and Bryce Welling in the hole.
Yeah, we saw some tremendous defense from Defiance in that opening frame. The fact that we saw North throw 4 pitches to leadoff hitter Cade Carlin, who got a base hit, and then he's out of the inning 2 pitches later. So the last 2 pitches resulted in 3 outs. First, a nice snag by Jace Brownlee at second base. And then the perfectly executed 1-4-3 double play up the middle.
What I really like about that play, Scoop, was Nort didn't rush so often, especially as maybe if you see an underclassman on the bump, things might be moving a little quickly. They're going to rush, or they don't even take a look at second and they just take the sure out, which wouldn't be a bad play. But Nort had that ball immediately. He didn't panic. He turned, he looked. I think there was good communication by the middle infield, and he made an accurate throw. He didn't have to do anything special. He played catch. It was a really mature play.
It really was. It's those little things that are big in baseball, and that certainly was one of them. The fact that they were communicating to go to second base. Yep. And again, he didn't rush it. That's where knowing the speed of the runner, knowing the speed of the batter comes into play. You're playing on turf as well. That ball came back to him in a hurry. Well executed DP.
So here's Bukowski digging in. Takes one just a little below the knees for a ball. Bukowski hitting .358 on the season with an on-base percentage of .462. This one, a chopper to third on 2 hops. Rodriguez is going to have to hustle. Great pick by Weaver at first. One away.
Excellent job once again by that Defiance defense. First, the glove play there by Xavier Rodriguez. Knew he had time. Throw a little bit low, but a nice pick that time, as you mentioned, by Braden Weaver. Quick first out here for Bryan in the top of the second inning.
So here's Hunter Watson digging in. On a roster of heavy batting averages, his is as robust as it gets. .420 on the season with an on-base percentage of .532. So better than every other at-bat. He's finding his way aboard.
Just incredible the numbers he's putting up. He leads the team in so many categories. He also leads the team in walks.
And stolen bases, Scoop. He's 12 for 13. As he takes a floater that stays a little high in the zone, 1-1.
Yeah, these are the guys you need to keep off the base paths because you give him a single, even a walk, he can turn that into a double or a triple with his wheels, a guy that can score on 1 hit or less from first base.
Nort deals, well struck into the right center field gap, and nobody's going to be able to get there. It's going to roll a long way. This is 2. It might be 3. He'll round second, and he'll stop, and they back pick him. Oh, wow, he just beat the tag. Talk about an eyelash. The way Watson rounded second, I didn't think there was any way that they were going to put the stop sign on. I don't think he was thinking anything but 3. However, Coach Walker was, and he just beat the throw back in time.
Yeah, that was bang, bang. I think the Golden Bears are very fortunate he was not called out on that back pick attempt there by Defiance. And he certainly had his sights on third base.
Yep.
He rounded second base with a head of steam. It was going to be a tough play for Brownlee, who's going to have to make a tough relay from out in shallow right field. But right now, a base hit will give the Golden Bears an early lead.
Here's Welling digging in, still in scoring position, and with his speed, a single's clearly going to bring home the first run of the ball game as Welling takes strike 1. Bryce Welling hitting .308 on the season. He's got 8 RBI to his credit, but number 9 is standing at second base right now in the person of Hunter Watson. This one, a chopper up the middle. Coming up, Brownlee's got it. Sidearms it to first. Weaver hauls it in nicely, but 90 feet for Watson as he now stops at third with 2 away.
Another great pitch that time by the sophomore Mason Nort. Pitching to contact, forcing Bryan to hit his pitch. And right now, Nort just 1 out away from getting out of this second inning unscathed.
Jacob Uran, it's going to take a 2-out hit to break the scoreboard. Uran hitting .279 with 9 RBI on the season. Stands right in the heart of the box. Takes strike 1.
Good-looking heater that time by Nort. Paints that inside corner. Probably a good hold by Uran. Not much you're going to do with that fastball in your hands.
0-1. Nort trying to work his way out of a jam here. Is this one in the dirt, and a great stop by Colt Ward.
Yeah, great execution that time by Colt Ward. I was zoned in on him. He did everything right. Dropped his knees right away, got the glove down to cover the hole, kept the ball in front. That temporarily erases a run off the board for Bryan.
1-1, Bender over the heart of the plate. Uran was fooled, and he just kind of cocks his head sideways as he takes strike 2.
Nasty looking bender that time from Nord, who took a lot off that pitch and paints it on that inside edge.
The 1-2. 2 down, runner at third here. Top of the second, scoreless game. Nort deals, snaps one off, called strike 3. A backwards K is a West Banco strikeout, and that will do it for the Golden Bears here in the top of the second. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. The go-ahead run left just 90 feet away, but it's off the scoreboard as Defiance will head to the bottom of the second. No score. You're watching DCTV.
At Arthur Law Firm, we understand how overwhelming life can be after being seriously injured in a car accident. With over 50 years of experience, Arthur Law Firm has a track record of getting the results you deserve. When you don't know where to turn, get answers with Arthur. Call us today.
West Banco, building a better bank every day since 1870. Community-focused West Banco. Find out more at westbanco.com.
Bottom of the second. Defiance will send 4, 5, and 6 to the plate against Bryan's burly right-handed starter Cam Bukowski. Golden Bears have put a runner aboard in each of the first 2 innings. They advanced him to third in the top half of this frame. Mason Nort has done more than enough to work his way out of a couple of jams, and he will lead off the bottom of the second against his counterpart here. Nort, on the season, we talked about his pitching stats. Hitting, now again, this is a small sample size, but 14 at-bats, Scoop. He's hitting .429 this season.
Mason Nort!
Yeah, you'll love that. And it's on-base percentage north of 600, 619. Again, a small sample size, but he's finding ways to get on base. And when you get on base, you've got a chance to score some runs.
So Knott will dig in. Bukowski deals the first pitch strike.
Bukowski's been impressive. Not only does he have a strong arm, but he's showing me that he knows how to pitch. He's doing a great job of pitching backwards, throwing any pitch in any count.
This one scoots him off the plate. One-on-one. Boy, Bukowski's got a lot of glove side run on his deliveries. This one's outside for ball 2. There's a good-looking bender, and he takes it. Strike 2.
He's really locating that bender, not just his fastball, but his bender as well. Great pitch there after fall behind 2-1 to even things up at 2-2.
Bender there, popped up mile high. Foul territory down the left side, and it will get out of play. And that is why I always recommend people park at least 5 or 6 stalls farther down than take advantage of those early or close ones to the park.
I always try to park one behind you so you can be, your car can be my car's bodyguard.
Well, I try and park behind the DCTV van whenever possible. It's got a higher profile. 2-2. Bukowski deals, and a called strike on the outside corner, and blue looks like they're giving just a little bit more on the black here to both pitchers in the early going. That's a West Bank okay.
Well, great job there by Bukowski, controlling the count, really locating his pitches. When you hit your spots, you might get that wide strike or that low knee strike. That time, well executed. Second West Banco strikeout for Bukowski on the night.
Here's Brownlee digging in. Takes the low one away. You can hear the chatter from the Defiance dugout. As our broadcast booth is located just above him. This bender misses low and away, and Bukowski's not afraid to work the same part of the plate repetitively.
You know, I like how he's not afraid to throw on either side of the plate as well. So
2-0 misses low. Ball 3. If you're Brownlee, are you taking a strike here?
Oh, you have to. Right now, that's the first 3-ball count of the night against Bukowski. You want to try to find a way to set the table, get your first base run of the night any way you can.
Well, he takes a strike there, and again, away.
Yeah, that's a great pitch. Not only does he come with a strike, but, on the outer third down to knees, a tough pitch. Be selective right now if you're Brownlee.
3-1. And he was about to head down to first, and again, outer third, right on the black, strike 2.
Yeah, and right on the lower edge of the knee as well. So, again, he's hitting his spots. Huge payoff pitch here.
3-2 on the way. Busts him inside. A chopper to short to his knee. Miller comes up throwing. It's on the money, 2 down.
Oh, great sequence again there by Bukowski, and an excellent play that time by Tucker Miller. He had to go in the hole, but did a good job of getting there, using the turf to slide with, and a solid throw across the infield to Luce.
There's Braden Weaver digging in. Left-handed hitting first baseman, senior. Has a little bit more of a closed stance, although he's right on top of the plate. Righty-lefty matchup, and this one gets dirty. The 1-0. Boy, they're just, I'm wondering here, it's, again, maybe some late movement on Bukowski's pitches, but Defiance's hitters right now are looking like they're having problems picking him up.
It almost looks like a cutter's got so much glove side run to it.
And there's a take for a strike, and you see Weaver step back looking skyward as if to say, what was that?
Again, he keeps moving it inside and outside. I love a high school pitcher not afraid to attack either side of the plate. We're seeing it from Bukowski here this afternoon.
He's not just attacking, he's spotting them. Brings a bender there, upstairs, a swing and a miss. So West Bank okay, and Defiance goes in order here in the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. 2 are in the books. It's a pitcher's duel. We'll head to the top of the third. Bryan and Defiance, no score. You're watching DCTV.
West Banco, building a better bank every day since 1870. Community-focused West Banco. Find out more at westbanco.com.
Discover top-quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top-quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
We head to the top of the third at Defiance. This is what, circa 1977? This has been your golden age, right? You were in your prime back then, baby. Scoop Miller got his dancing shoes on here in the press box.
I might have had an 8-track or 2 with this on it.
No score, no runs on 2 hits, no errors for Bryan. No runs on no hits, no errors for Defiance. It has been a pitcher's duel through the early going here. 8-9, and then the leadoff hitter for the Golden Bears here in the top of the third. Cole Martin, the DH, Jake Arnold, the second baseman, and Cade Carlin standing in the hole.
Well, right now, Brent, to this point is exactly what we kind of expected. Runs would be a premium. 2 really solid pitchers going toe-to-toe here this afternoon. And again, going to come down to execution, doing the little things, finding ways to manufacture runs. Another first pitch strike there from Nort.
I'll also say this, a first pitch swing. Bryan is free swinging right now. They are not going up guessing, and they are not getting cheated. Carlin swings, sends a shot to second, diving stop from a knee, and Jace Brownlee just made a tough play look very easy.
Yeah, that was impressive. Tremendous job that time from Jace Brownlee. As Cole Carlin did a nice job there going the other way. Solid contact. But again, he used the turf, was able to slide going into the hole there. Takes away a base hit, and as you mentioned, Brent, made that look a lot easier than it was.
Yep. Helps to be playing on turf when you get a true hop, too, right?
Exactly.
Jake Arnold hitting a healthy .311 in the 9-hole, digs in from the right side with an open stance. Takes a first pitch ball. I will say this, Bryan isn't just free swinging. They're making some solid contact. I'd love to see the exit velo on most of the balls they have put in play today.
Yeah, they're swinging the bat with a lot of confidence right now. Unfortunately, they have nothing to show for it.
There's a shot down to third, gobbled up by Rodriguez. Long throw across the diamond. Also helps when you've got some pretty solid D behind you. 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, right now Defiance is looking really solid. We talked about that double play in the first inning, but we've seen some nifty glove work throughout the infield here. And 2 up, 2 down here for Bryan in the top of the third as the lineup turns over to the senior, Cade Carlin, who has the only
one of
2 hits here for Bryan. He led off the game, but
late decision there. Challenged him up above the letters. He couldn't lay off, but he couldn't catch up. Strike 1. Carlin singled to lead off the game and then was erased as part of a 1-4-3 double play that ended the inning. The 0-1, Nort deals. Beautiful pitch, strike 2.
Yeah, it really was. Tremendous job again getting these Bryan hitters in negative counts. Now the senior, one of 5 seniors in the Bryan starting lineup, Carlin, needs to be protective here at 0-2.
Nort deals, reaching out and just protecting. There wasn't anything on Carlin's mind other than just fouling that pitch off.
Tremendous job by Carlin. Boy, that was a filthy pitch. You don't want to put that one in play. It's an easy out. So He did the smart thing. He just fought it off, lives for another pitch. Hoping that Nort will make a mistake over the plate here. Still down 0-2.
See what Nort deals with here. He has been working away. Ward giving him an outside target. The 0-2 on the way. Misses in the cellar. When you think of last year's Defiance varsity roster, 9 senior starters, and they went deep, a front line of 3 pitchers that could have been number 1 at any other school. And yet, what this group has done this season, last night notwithstanding, I know they feel that the call that ended the game instead of tying the game might not have been correct, but at 11-5 with basically a brand new lineup. This group isn't chasing ghosts, Scoop. They are really good ball players.
Oh, this is just what the DNA of this Bryan whole program is, from head to toe. They just they produce baseball players. We've seen it over and over. Last year, let's face it, they probably had 15, 16 guys that could start just about anywhere.
And yet, didn't get out of the playoffs. It just goes to show you, too, you can't take any game for granted.
Yeah, hard to believe. They were one and done. That tough 6-0 loss to Tiffin Columbia right here at Defiance.
2-2 popped up right side, drifting over. Weaver, does he have room? He's calling for it. And he makes the catch. I ran out of room in the press box. I got to go to the monitor. So score at FF3, and it's a clean 1-2-3 inning for Mason Nort as he puts the Golden Bears down in order. We'll head to the bottom of the frame. Defiance looking for their first base runner of the afternoon. No score. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org.
Bottom of the third and a pitcher's duel. No score between the Golden Bears of Bryan and the Bulldogs of Defiance. It's a non-conference matchup on a Friday, but don't you think other than this is an intense rivalry with both teams wanting to win, not just for bragging rights, but you want to keep the wind in your sails. About 2 weeks from now, we're going to be talking the start of the postseason. Cam Bukowski finishing his warm-ups, throw down to second. He has not faced a batter over the minimum through the first 2 innings. He'll deal to the bottom of the Bulldogs' order. Xavier Rodriguez to lead it off. Diego Taveras on deck, and Will Horvath in the hole.
Well, Brent, if you remembered, we covered this Bryan-Defiance rivalry 2 years ago right here at Defiance, where Defiance won a pitcher's duel 2-0 on a game on DCTV.
Rodriguez digs in, and his knees buckled. Bukowski showing a pretty good bender for a strike. Rodriguez hitting .286 as this one's upstairs. Bulldogs won't be picky about how they get a base runner. They just want one. They haven't had one yet. Bukowski, tight, compact delivery. A little bit of a late decision there to swing, and he fouls it straight back. How many times have we talked about this, Scoop? And coaches will always tell you your approach at the plate always has to be yes, 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 and then either yes or no at the last second. Swing and a miss there. The bottom fell out of that pitch, and he just carved Rodriguez up. A Westbanco strikeout to lead off the Defiance third.
That's 4 strikeouts now for Bukowski. And again, he took advantage of the late swing. And you mentioned it. You get in a hitter's count, especially. You can't be late. You might be early, but you can't be late. But credit Bukowski, he's able to take advantage. A nasty pitch there where the bottom fell off.
So with one away, here's Tabarez digging in from the right side. Squares and shows bunt and takes downstairs and outside for strike one. Now Bukowski has made a living on that outer third and downstairs in the zone for that matter today. There's a bender, ground ball deep in the hole at short, past a diving Miller and into left field. First hit, first base runner of the afternoon for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, great job by Tavares. Nothing fancy. He was able to get a pitch he could pull, and that was a CNI single. Great effort by Tucker Miller out there at shortstop, but can't quite get a glove on it. Defiance has something cooking here in the third inning with 1 out.
So here's the left-handed hitting Will Horvath. 9-hole, but he brings a pretty healthy average 317 to the plate. He squares the bunt, pops it up, and it's going to go foul. With 1 out, I don't necessarily think that was a sacrifice. I think he was bunting for a hit there, Scoop.
No, I think you're bunt for a hit, and if you get thrown out, you got a runner in scoring position. The lineup turns over, put a little pressure on that Bryan defense. Something we've seen Defiance do over and over throughout the years, play a little small ball.
Well, he's in Uran's head a little bit as the third baseman now for Bryan is at least a couple steps in on the grass, but he doesn't show there. Takes low, ball 1.
Well, that's the other thing, when you show bunt, it will shift the infield a little bit. It will open up some holes, so nothing wrong with trying to bunt for a hit, push a bunt down either side.
The 1-1. Ooh, my, inside at the knees, and Horvath just looks back with a little bit of a surprised look on his face. Nothing you can do, but now down on the count 1-2.
That's the perfect pitch, and I don't blame Horvath for letting that go by. That's a tough pitch you're not going to do much with. But now with 2 strikes, you have to expand the zone and find a way to either fight that off or find a hole with it.
Bukowski steps off. Horvath was somewhat of a closed stance. Really leans back on that plant foot. And he was late on that one. He couldn't lay off. The pitch just above the letters. Another Westbanco strikeout, and there's 2 down.
Credit Bukowski. He's really hitting the spots. We talked about that little bender that goes down and in, and that time he just went with the high fastball and gets that Westbanco strikeout, his 4th of the afternoon.
So here's Hansberger's digging in.
5.
Yep. Modest lead by Taveras at first. Bukowski looks him back. Hansberger, again, a little late on the decision, and he fouls it straight back. Scoop, you mentioned that there's, I just think from up here, and again, we're looking through a rather cloudy window in the press box, but there just seems to be a little late waggle on Bukowski's delivery. Check swing, he takes for a strike.
Well, his fastball is tended to sneak up on some of these Bryan hitters. We've mentioned the fact they've been tardy in a lot of their swings. But again, he's been pitching out there. He's mixing speeds. He's hitting all 4 quadrants, making it awfully tough for these Defiance hitters.
Out of the stretch.
Running scenario right here.
He's not. And there's a call. No, yes, a call, third strike. Ooh, Hansberger doesn't say anything. He doesn't look back. He just drops the bat in the box. That is going to do it for Defiance here in the bottom of the third as Bukowski strikes out the side despite the one-out single. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one left to board. Well, to the top of the fourth. Who's got a run in them? Check around. We'll have it for you when we come back. You're watching DCTV.
Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit, member-owned financial cooperative. Visit superiorcu.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
Top of the fourth, pitcher's duel. No runs on 2 hits, no errors for Bryan. No runs on 1 hit, no errors for Defiance. We knew that offense was going to be a premium this afternoon with 2 of the better pitchers on both clubs' rosters. But, man, I'm beginning to think if it wasn't already a sturdy enough limb to go out on, Scoop, I'll just flat out ask you, does 1 run win this ball game?
Well, the way it's playing out, absolutely. You want to be the one that certainly tacks on that first run because pitchers have been light out. They've thrown up nothing but zeros, just 2 hits for Bryan, just 1 hit for Defiance. The stat I like the most, Brent, there has not been a walk or hit that's been allowed by either starting pitcher, which is going to make it awfully tough to put some runs on the board.
No freebies so far as it's 2, 3, and 4. Miller, Luce, and Bukowski to take their second cuts of the afternoon against Mason Nort. Whew, that one had a little giddy up on it as the sophomore reaches back. Strike 1.
Yeah, that fastball was amped up there a little bit. Goes right down the plate there. Both these pitchers doing a great job with a lot of first pitch strikes.
0-1, pulls a string, got him out on his front foot, and right now he's got Miller guessing. No balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it was a filthy slider that time where the bottom just kind of fell out, a lot of late run to it. And now you've got all options available here if you're Nort up 0-2.
Outside target by Ward. And this one lazily tapped foul up the first base line. Well, you know what, though? That is a smart delivery there if you're Mason Nort. You've seen both pitchers get the low and outside strike, so why not use it when you're on the bump?
I love that pitch. So many times I'll see a high school kid waste a pitch that's 2 feet off the plate. That one was maybe 6 inches. Close enough. You want to try to go after it. Not much you're going to do with it.
This one, a shot back up the middle, ranging. Oh, what a snare by Hansberger. The throw, and they got him. He had ranged all the way over to the first base side of second base's bag, and at the last second, that ball took a hop. That was more like a matador going up against a bull than it was a shortstop. What a play.
It really was. That's one we should see on the highlights here tonight. Just a fantastic play. He had to field that on the right side of second base, and again, just made a tremendous glove play and a quick release, which he needed. Fantastic play by Hansberger. And I like how he was not happy with the way his at-bat ended. Whew. Comes out there, makes a stellar play.
1-0 the count to Cotter Loose. Lefty digs in and takes a strike. Normally when you hear the term Olay in baseball, it's not a compliment. But right there, that was Hansberger with some fancy Leatherby flash.
My goodness, that's one of the best plays you'll see at any level.
This one well struck into right center field. Communication. Allegretti calls for it and makes the run and catch. 2 down.
Right now, credit Nort. He continues to kind of pitch to contact here, and why not? His defense has been outstanding. Great jump that time by Drew Allegretti in right field to take away that soft humpback liner out the shallow right center.
That is the first fly ball out given up by Mason Nort this afternoon. And with 2 down, here's Bukowski digging in from the right side. Mano a mano. Best on best. Both teams' pitchers always want to get the better of each other as Nort misses low and away. Bukowski can hit, although everybody on this Bryan roster can. Bukowski hitting .358 entering this afternoon's contest. And this one misses downstairs.
And let's talk about, he's not only hitting, he's hitting in a tough league like the NWAL. If you look at the NWAL this year, they've won 71% of their non-league contests. Just been outstanding league.
This one fairly well struck into left center field on the horse. Communication, gentlemen, and Horvath makes the running catch. Well, with the damp air here this afternoon, balls that might travel a little bit better on a dry, sunny day. Also not getting any help from Mother Nature and the wind, and it's just the way Will Horvath liked it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth in a scoreless ball game. Defiance and Bryan, you're watching DCTV Sports.
Stanball Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling engagement ring, a timeless anniversary gift, or a present for someone special, Stanball Jewelers has something for every occasion. Visit us today and discover why we've been serving the community since 1948.
Bottom of the fourth. Who wants to score? 3 hits between both teams. 2 for Bryan, 1 for Defiance. Finishing his warm-ups. Taking a look at Cam Bukowski. He has found his groove as he will deal to 2, 3, and 4. Allegretti, Ward, and Nort taking their second cuts of the afternoon.
Right fielder Drew Allegretti.
Allegretti. He's battled injury all season long. He's played multiple positions, saying, Coach, wherever you need me. Batting average has dipped down to .222, but it hasn't affected his speed. If he can somehow find a way aboard, you got to figure he's going to tear up the base paths. He's 8 for 8 in stolen bases this season. First pitch swinging, line drive into shallow right center field, a leadoff single to open up the Defiance fourth.
Great job that time by Drew Allegretti, the senior. After going one time through the lineup, you're a little bit more comfortable offensively. I love the first pitch aggressiveness, comes out, sees a fastball across the plate, turns it into a single. And now they've got something cooking here.
So here's the question. Great speed at first, and one of, if not your best bat handler at the plate. Do you need to sacrifice here, or do you put something on?
I think Colt Ward's too good a hitter, especially with first base occupied. You have Carter Luce has to hold him on. You've got a big hole in that right side for the big lefty Ward.
Bukowski out of the stretch. Deals this one. Well hit into left center field, but it will hang and hauled in by Welling. 1 down. He didn't guess. He got the pitch he wanted on his first offering, but hit the bottom part of the baseball.
Well, he's a true hitter, so nothing wrong with letting him swing there. You have the confidence in him. He sees the pitch, and he barreled it up, but unfortunately, right at Bryan and Bryce Welling out there in left field, a big first out. Now we may see some running here from Defiance.
Yep. Nort digs in. Runner goes. Throw down to second, and it scoots away and into shallow center field, and they're unaware of it. And by that time, Carlin has backed up the play. But that is now stolen base number 9 on the season for Drew Allegretti.
Yeah, that time Allegretti just kind of outran the baseball. Really had an average lead, average jump. But again, he just has got great wheels.
Boy, he's got a huge lead. And Miller coming over to try and keep him tight. Both he and Arnold playing around. That is a huge secondary lead. And this one laced into center field. It's going to hang up. Hauling it in is Carlin, and retreating to second, Allegretti. If that ball got down, Allegretti was going to score easily.
Yeah, he had a good jump, and he also really got the attention from Bukowski, who's fortunate to get that loud out from Nort.
Yep. So it's going to take a 2-out hit here from Jace Brownlee to bring home the game's first run. First pitch sweeper is a strike on the outer corner.
And we've seen Defiance second time through, much more aggressive
Yes.
at the plate, swinging a lot of first pitch strikes here, second time through.
Allegretti, good lead at second. Bukowski's very much aware of him, and he's going to step off. Yep.
Yeah, this is where you try to make it even more of a mental game than it is to begin with. And I like what Allegretti is doing out there, trying to distract Bukowski.
The 0-1. Low and away. Brownlee 0 for 1 with a ground out to short. That back in the second inning. Trying to pick up an RBI and give his team an early lead. Bukowski with a deep breath. Bender chopped foul in the dirt.
And right now, if you're that Bryan defense, you want to make sure you keep everything in front. You're going to have to get on your belly on a ball that's hit the hole. Try to keep it in front and not allow Allegretti to score from second base.
The 1-2. This one punched the opposite way and into right field. Allegretti being waved around third. Kerr coming up, throwing. It will be cut off. And Defiance takes an early 1-0 lead on a 2-out, 2-strike RBI single from Jace Brownlee.
Great piece of hitting that time from Jace Brownlee. Was able to take it the other way there to the right side with the fact that Allegretti getting that big lead for second baseman Jake Arnold to cheat towards second base. That gave him that extra room just enough as Arnold tried to make a diving stop, goes under his glove. Huge 2-out RBI single.
So here's Weaver digging in, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Runner goes, throw down to second, and unable to hang on to the one-hopper Miller. Had he been able to secure that baseball, I think they would have got him. But just the same, Brownlee's in with a stolen bag.
Yeah, you're right. The baseball was a little bit ahead of him, but it kind of took the short hop there off the turf. Not an easy one to pick. So another RBI situation coming up for Defiance.
Weaver takes a strike. Brownlee with that stolen bag is now 8 for 8 himself. So being very aggressive on the base paths here. In the bottom of the fourth, they've got another runner in scoring position. Weaver awaits the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Bottom fell out of that pitch.
Great sequence again here by Bukowski. It really has Braden Weaver fooled here on his first couple at bats. We'll see if Weaver can make an adjustment here. Find a way to keep the line moving.
The 1-2. Bukowski deals. Gets dirty, and that's a great bucket stop by Watson.
That really was so huge to keep Brownlee on second base.
Again, if you're Watson, you're not trying to receive that ball. You're just trying to block it. Nicely done by the sophomore catcher. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A runner at second. This one misses high. Ball 3.
Well, Brent, you mentioned the stop by Watson. That's a mistake a lot of high school kids will try to do. They think they have to glove that, pick it cleanly.
Nope.
And you're right. Just keep it in front. Keep that runner's kaput there on second base.
Payoff pitch. He got him out on his front foot, and Weaver catches enough of it. He'll buy himself another swing.
A great adjustment that time by Weaver. That's the same pitch he was fooled on his first at bat that resulted in a K. Did a little bit better job keeping the weight back and fight that one off. Payoff pitch coming up one more time.
Brownlee, decent secondary lead. This one a ground ball to short and booted by Miller. Rounding third, Brownlee being waved around. He will score. It's 2-0 Defiance.
Yeah, the first miscue of the ball game is going to cost Bryan a run. As that time, great job by Weaver, just kind of going the other way, putting it in play. But they were playing him to pull, so Miller had to go to the hole there.
Yep.
And that ball just kind of skipped off the heel of his glove. Go down as an E6. And more importantly, Defiance has tacked on a huge run here, putting up a crooked number here with 2 outs in the fourth.
That brings up Rodriguez trying to keep the line moving. Run will go down as unearned, but it counts just the same. Does that surprise you a little bit? Because, again, they've had Miller covering a lot of ground at second base to hold. But with the right-hander up there, would you have rather seen Arnold, the second baseman, take the responsibilities there, because if Miller is in normal position, he makes that play easily.
Well, again, Miller was certainly playing him the pull. Weaver being, a hitter from the left side there. But again, he really was hugging second base.
Yep.
So typically that's going to be a routine 6-3 ball.
Swing and foul straight back here. And again, there's where the scout comes into play too. Do you think a guy's going to go oppo against you? Or do you think he's going to pull it? And every now and then a guy surprises you too. You can play percentages. And you think, you know what? You just tip your cap to the opposition in that case. 2-1. High and tight.
And I also think it's maybe a situation where Miller did not realize he had a little bit more time. Weaver doesn't run extremely well for Defiance, so
sure.
He tried to make it maybe too much of a glove play. He knew he had to go a long way, but he still had time.
This one, high fly ball to center field. Carlin, couple steps over and makes the catch. That will retire Rodriguez and the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the fourth, but not before Defiance breaks the scoreboard first. 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left the board. We are through 4. Bulldogs 2, Golden Bears nothing. You're watching DCTV Sports.
When a fire or natural disaster throws a penalty flag, let ServiceMaster Restore work for you. Anything from minor cleanups to complete overhaul and rebuilding. Contact ServiceMaster by McCann.
We will see.
In life, unexpected challenges can test us. If you've been seriously injured in a car accident, you deserve a team that understands. Because your story matters. Call Arthur Law Firm today. We'll fight for you every step of the way.
Mason Nort, sophomore right-hander, finishing his warm-ups right now for Defiance as he takes the bump here in the top of the 5th with something he hasn't enjoyed so far this evening, the lead. His teammates spotted him to 2. Only one of them earned in the bottom half of the last frame, but it counts on the scoreboard nonetheless. He will deal to 5, 6, and 7. Hunter Watson, Bryce Welling, Jacob Urin.
This is where you win ball games. You get those shutdown innings. Your offense just put up 2 runs. They put up that crooked number, but now you need that shutdown inning. Do not allow Bryan to seize any of that momentum you just garnered. So go out there, attack the zone early, pitch with a lead, trust your defense, who has really played spotless so far this afternoon.
Watson, one of the 2 hits for the Golden Bears this afternoon. Doubled in the second, advanced as far as third, but was left stranded there as Nort pitched his way out of a minor jam. See how he deals to the heavy hitting right-hander here to open up this frame as this one short hops Colt Ward. We talk about Bukowski and really the top half of this order, but Watson hitting .420 in the 5-hole. He is excellent insurance for Bukowski. The 1-0 also misses downstairs.
Yeah, that's a luxury you don't get at the high school level a lot of times, where you have somebody, sitting in that 5-hole that you're not allowed to pitch around the cleanup batter with. Huge luxury.
2-0, this one well struck into left center field, and it will play a high hop for Orta. Leadoff single for Hunter Watson, who is now 2 for 2 on the afternoon.
Great job by Watson there. Has 2 of the 3 Golden Bear hits, but more importantly, for the second time here this afternoon, Bryan has her leadoff man on base.
Brings the tying run to the plate. Bryce Welling, we were just talking about what great insurance Hunter Watson is for the cleanup spot. Welling hitting .308 in the 6-hole. So you got to pick your poison against this Bryan lineup. Quick throw over.
Yeah, again, they've got some pretty good balance. You look 1 through 9. You already mentioned 9-hitter, their freshman Jake Arnold hitting north of 300 at 311. So not a lot of easy outs in this Bryan lineup.
Not at all. This one misses high and tight.
That's a good hold right there. One of the few times that Bryan's really been in a hitting count all afternoon. I do not have Nort in a 3-ball count to this juncture.
The 1-0. This one, a sinking liner and into left field. Hansberger couldn't quite get there. back-to-back singles to lead off the fifth. And just like that, Bryan with a threat. Not only the tying run aboard, but now the go-ahead run steps to the plate in the person of Jacob Uran.
Well, tremendous at bat that time by Bryce Welling, the sophomore. And it all was kind of predicated staying off some marginal pitches early in the count. He got in that hitter's count, and then he forced Nort to throw one over the plate. He was able to turn that into a solid knock to left field.
Middle infield pinching. They are hoping for a ground ball here. Rodriguez has a foot on the grass at third, and they were anticipating just that. As Uran squared, he showed and pulls back and takes strike one. Corners are in. Weaver at first, about 2 steps in on the grass at first.
Yeah, I think they're going to keep the bunt on here, I would imagine.
The 0-1, he offered and comes up empty, strike two.
Yeah, mistake that time by Uran. He had a good pitch to bunt, but he took off running before he got the bunt down. And right now, you're just bunting for a sack right now, trying to move the runners. Uran's been a high strikeout guy for the Golden Bears. Needs to find a way to put this thing in play.
The 0-2 takes a calm third strike as Uran pounds his bat into the turf as he heads back to the dugout. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. The backwards K for a West Banco strikeout and a very big first out of the inning.
Tremendous pitch again by Mason Nort, and that's why it's so important you understand the game. That's been a strike all afternoon long. He goes right back to it. A tough pitch, at the lower part of the knees on the outside edge.
So here's Cole Carlin digging in, hitting just a $161, but a crucial situation in this ball game. As Bryan trying to get at least something back after surrendering the first 2 runs in the bottom half of the last frame. Ground ball deep in the hole at short. They'll go to third. You didn't need to make the tag. Rodriguez was his foot on the bag. It looks like it was. And the call is going to be made. That was an all-or-nothing play by Hansberger. And to be honest with you, with his momentum going that way, Scoop, I think it was the only play he had.
It was. Tremendous play that time by Hansberger. Even if it's safe, that's the only play they had a chance on. So, again, just a heads-up play by Hansberger. But being that force out, they did get him by half a step. Boy, that's awfully huge. And how about Nort, after first and second, no one out, has the chance to get out of this 5th inning unscathed.
So here's Arnold digging in. Runners at first and second. Whoa, and the first pitch that really has missed by Nort. When I say missed, I mean not even competitive, and that looked like it just slipped out of his hand. Ball one, Arnold 0 for 1 with a ground out to third.
Bryan, as a team this year, comes in scoring just over 6 runs per contest. But, boy, they have not had many opportunities. This has been the best one they've had all afternoon long. But now it's up to Arnold to keep the line moving here with 2 outs.
1 ball, 1 strike. Lights are on here at Defiance. Wind is starting to pick up, and it is blowing in from left center field right now. This is a pitcher's ballpark for the most part on a normal day. This one misses. 2-1. Now, Cade Carlin, leadoff hitter, would love to stroll to the plate this inning still. Nort would just as soon see him to lead off the next frame. The 2-1. Upstairs. All right, 3-1.
Right now, it's got to be in your nitro zone or you're going to spit on it.
This one grounded to short. Comes up on a nice candy hop for Hansberger as he flips to Brownlee. Score at 6-4 on the force out. And with it, Nort using his defense again this afternoon to remain unscathed. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a pair left aboard. We'll head to the bottom of the frame. Bulldogs 2, Golden Bears nothing. You're watching DCTV Sports.
West Banco, building a better bank every day since 1870. Community-focused West Banco. Find out more at westbanco.com.
Old Neil Diamond was good. 70s Neil Diamond.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Little Neil Diamond brings us into the bottom of the frame. Fifth inning, we'll see 8, 9, and then the leadoff hitters for the Bulldogs. Diego Tavares, Will Horvath, and Jaron Hansberger as the lineup will turn over. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors for the host Bulldogs. No runs on 4 hits, 1 key error for the visiting Golden Bears. As Bryan left a pair aboard in the top half of this frame, they also left one stranded at third. That was back in the, I believe it was second inning, excuse me. Hunter Watson was just 90 feet away from breaking the scoreboard, but as it stands, second trip to the lineup against right-handed starter Cam Bukowski for Defiance seems to have been productive. We'll see what the bottom half of the order can get done here.
Right now, this is a huge inning for this Bryan Golden Bear team. You know, the fact that North's throwing so well, runs have been a premium. You're already down 2-0, so you have to keep this a 2-0 ball game. Throw up a 0 until you can find a way to get some offense generated.
Tavares, 1 for 1. Got the first hit of the afternoon for his club. It was a 1-out single back in the third. Bukowski has finished his warm-ups, and we have a defensive change. What's going on here? The home plate umpire is talking with the Bryan coaching staff, and in particular Corey Walker. So let's keep an eye here. And do we have a change of catcher? Turn around, young man. We can't see his number from here, but I believe we've got a change of catcher. Scoop, you do the talking, or you can go ahead and get the number if you can. Turns around, and I think that's number 16, 15. Okay. So 15 would be Carter Luce moving from first base. And who's our new first baseman then? I'm not sure if that's accurate. No, Carter Luce is 15, and he's at first. Do you have a number there, Scoop?
Number 16, John Dalrymple.
It's 16. My eyes aren't that bad just yet. It's going to be John Dalrymple as the new catcher.
Right now, if you're Defiance, just trying to find a way to win an inning. You threw up a 0, now find a way to put something across the plate, extend your lead.
This one could be trouble down the right field line. It is slicing and foul. 0-2.
Yeah, nice job by Easton Kerr out there, the sophomore out in right field, kind of playing him to go the other way. And that ball looked like it was going to be trouble, but it did slice just a little bit foul there late.
So 0-2. Tavares will have to be protecting. Again, just kind of tomahawks that ball right side. Yeah, I know it. When you see a pitch up around the letters like that, especially for a guy who's been dealing downstairs and away, like Bukowski's been doing so very effectively, you think, okay, he's missed. He's giving me a piece of candy. But, man, he's tough to catch up with. The 0-2. Bender, and this one laced into left field, coming on, having to play it on a hop, and Welling boots it. He keeps it in front of him, and a long turn at first, but retreating back. And Tavares is 2 for 2 this afternoon from the 8-hole.
That was a tremendous at-bat by Tavares. He was really fooled on a couple of those pitches. You talked about that kind of tomahawk swing. He really shortened up and was somehow able just to fight those pitches off. But then he got one in his wheel well. He turns that around for a base knock to left field. And a great play by Welling to not allow that to be extra bases.
We're going to have a pinch runner. Johnny Kistner will pinch run. And Coach Weaver calling everybody over to have a little chat.
When play resumes, the pinch runner at first base will be number 5, Johnny Kistner.
Well, you would have to think this is going to be a bunt scenario.
Yep.
Coming up, we will have another catcher change here for Bryan.
Wow. Okay, and do we have a re-entry then potentially for Hunter Watson.
Yes, it
is. So Watson is re-entered.
Hunter Watson will be entered for Bryan.
This is where high school coaching becomes more of a chess match than a checkers match, right?
Yeah, we got two great high school coaches at it. Corey Walker in his 5th year. And, of course, Coach Rick Weaver in his 3rd year. Both these guys have done a tremendous job with their respective programs. But right now, you would have to think Will Horvath is going to try to find a way to lay one down and move Johnny Kistner in a scoring position.
Loose will hold, and Kistner has virtually no lead at all. About 3 steps. Horvath lays down a beauty down the first base line. Only play will be at first. Bukowski does a nice job of fielding his position, but the sacrifice does what it was intended to, and heading 90 feet into second base, Kistner now in scoring position.
That's great execution by Horvath. You know, he didn't try to take off running before he got the bunt down, well placed. And the only move that Bukowski had was at first base, and he had to make a solid play to retire him. But perfectly executed sack bunt, and now Defiance with a couple RBI situations coming up as the lineup turns over.
Hansberger digs in, takes the low one away. Jaron is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, one swinging, one looking. Big insurance run, standing in scoring position. Kistner can pick him up and lay him down. The 1-0 off speed outside. With runners aboard, and that's not to say that Bukowski hasn't pitched out of the stretch, because he does even with nobody aboard, but it's been different with runners aboard. And Scoop, it looks like his breaking stuff is flattened out a little bit. Check swing.
Well, honestly, for what I've seen, Brent, I think a lot has to do with the aggressive base running approach from Defiance. We've already seen some stolen bases. We've seen some monster leads at second base. And you can really tell the focus for Bukowski has been more on the runner than hitter in these scenarios.
He's feeling a little rushed, it appears, as he deals a good 3-0 strike there. There is action in the Bryan bullpen. We'll get you a number in a second here. It's the 3-1. This one well struck. Deep to center field. Carlin going back, but the park will hold it. Oh, and a mistake by Kistner not to get back and tag. And he's looking over. Coach Weaver putting his hands together. And I don't know if he just misread that ball. Didn't see it off the bat, but an opportunity missed there for Defiance.
Yeah, you're right. You know, and some coaches aren't as concerned about getting a third with 2 outs, but I think Coach Weaver would like to have seen him tag up on that. That certainly was healthy enough to get him there. And that where it comes down to, you got to know where your outfield is at the time of the pitch.
So with 2 down, that will bring up Allegretti. 1 for 2. Single and a run scored just an inning ago.
Because that ball was hit hard, Brent.
Yes.
But again, it was kind of well played out there by Carlin, who really had played a few steps deeper. Really kind of a routine play for him.
This one misses low and outside. Action in the Bryan bullpen is number 12, Quinn Green. He's one of 2 guys that you might label a closer. He's 2-0 with a save on the season. Check that. He does not have a save. Downstairs. Three and 0.
Second 3-ball count of the inning for Bukowski, who started to labor a little bit.
Well, we'll see if Allegretti has the green light. And not so fast. Allegretti thought that was ball 4. Home plate umpire says strike 1.
Yeah, you can't do that if you're Allegretti that time.
No.
That's kind of been a strike all day, and you certainly don't want to head that way before the umpire grants it. Still up in the count, 3-1.
Kistner, good secondary lead. There's ball 4.
How about that? The first walk issued by either team tonight comes with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th.
Colt Ward steps up.
Boy, and I would not want to pitch to Colt Ward in this situation.
I was about to say high leverage situation. Defiance already up 2-0. Big insurance run standing at second. Good speed in the person of Kistner. Force at any base for Bryan. Ooh, and that had a little extra juice on it. Ward takes strike one.
Yeah, good looking. Looked like a cutter again there. Paints that inside edge there against Colt Ward, who really hugs the plate. But again, I don't know how long you can keep Colt Ward quiet offensively.
Ward 0 for 2. Swing. Couple of flyouts. Got him on his front foot there, and that's going to drift foul, and the park won't even hold it. But now down on the count 0-2. Changed a little speed on Colt. Got him out on his front foot.
And right now, if you're Bukowski, you got to be smart. You got Ward where you want him 0-2, but again, you can't miss across the plate here. You want to be competitive, but you want to be off the plate here.
0-2, and there was a question. He had not moved. He stepped off.
Yeah, the umpire had called time there. I think Defiance initially was.
They were thinking balk.
Wanting the balk, but the time had been called.
The 0-2 on the way upstairs.
Yeah, that time a purpose pitch changes the eye level, goes with the high heat. Still on top 1-2. You got to locate and execute right here.
See if he runs him under his fists again. That's where he's been really tough to lefties. This one well struck into center field, coming on, diving, and Carlin can't get there. It's going to roll all the way to the wall, and it's going to empty the base paths. Kistner will score. Hansberger will score. Rounding third, they're going to go ahead and wave Ward. The throw coming home, not in time. I think they're going to score that a hit. I don't believe Carlin got leather on it, and that will be an inside the park home run.
Yeah, that's a home run all the way. That time with 2 outs, Carlin made the all or none attempt out there in center field. When he came up empty, there was no one behind him. By the time Welling from left field and Kerr from right field were able to track that baseball down, Colt Ward was practically on third base, so it is an inside-the-park home run, and just like that, this ball game is turned.
5-0 Defiance as Bukowski is going to have to try and hit the reset button. Still looking for that elusive third out here in the fifth, as he'll now deal to the cleanup hitter and his counterpart, Mason Nort. And Scoop, you can't fault Cade Carlin at all.
No, not a
He
bit.
knew what was at stake there, and if he comes up with it, we're talking about an absolute web jam.
Yeah, you let that drop, you fall behind another run, you're already late in the game, so I thought he made the smart play. Unfortunately, it just did not work out. But again, you just kind of hate to pitch to Colt Ward in that situation, but first and second, you have no place to put him as well.
The Swan well hit to left field, but it will hang, and Bryce Welling will haul it in. And that will do it for Defiance here in the bottom of the fifth. Bryan wishes it came one pitch earlier, as the Bulldogs put across 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We'll head to the top of the 6th. The Fratellis will take us there. Defiance 5, Bryan 0. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org.
We got the Fratellis bringing us back to Defiance High School in the top of the 6th. 2 straight innings. The Bulldogs have put up crooked numbers. The last one, a 3-spot courtesy of an inside-the-park home run by sophomore catcher Colt Ward, and all of a sudden the complexion of this game has changed significantly from 2-0 to now 5-0. Still plenty of ball left to be played, but Bryan all of a sudden might feel just a little bit more sense of urgency as they come to the plate this frame.
Yeah, that was a dagger that time. And again, all 5 runs have been scored here with 2 outs here for Defiance this afternoon. But that's baseball. And right now, still time left for Bryan, but they have to do something here in the 6th. They've got to at least put something on the board, get some momentum going.
You have no idea the pun that you just made there, do you? You said that was a dagger. Do you know the name of that Fratelli's tune that they were playing over?
I knew what you were laughing at.
It's Chelsea Dagger. So, Scoop, showing that he's hip. I should have just let everybody think that you knew that, but that's okay. Now you know for future reference. Top of the 6th brings up the top of the order. Carlin, Miller, and Luce. And, Scoop, we've talked about this before. Look, 5-0 against probably any other pitcher is going to be within arm's reach. But with the way that Nort has been dealing here this evening, not to say that you got to get all of it back this frame, but you don't want to go into the last inning needing 5 runs. How crucial is it to get at least something here if you're Bryan?
Oh, you have to. I mean, they're going to have to find a way to put up a crooked number in one of these next 2 innings.
Deep to center field, and you can't coach speed, and Will Horvath has it. He actually outran and I think overran that ball by about a step or 2 and then came back to get it.
Well, he was not playing very deep, so he had to go a long way. But, again, he does a great job of not just reacting but anticipating as well. And that time he covered a lot of ground. It's going to end up being a loud first out for Bryan.
Drew Allegretti was the starting center fielder this season. You got a ton of speed in that outfield between him and Horvath, and I've been told Orta can pick him up and lay him down as well.
And Brett, the reason those 5 runs just seem such an insurmountable task against Nort and Defiance is the fact that they're not giving up freebies.
No.
You know, when you're forced to get 5 runs by hitting the baseball, boy, that's awfully tough. You know, you can hit the ball on the nose every time and not put up 5 runs in a game. You have to have some help with the freebies, and credit Nort. He has not allowed anything.
Well, Bukowski hadn't either until that last inning. Only walk.
And, of course, that walk comes around the score as they always do. But, again, it's what kind of ignited that rally.
This one is well struck into right center field, but Allegretti is there, and fly balls just seem to be hanging a little bit more in this kind of damp afternoon air.
Yeah, the ball's not going to go anywhere today. We've seen some balls barreled up here this afternoon, but the park has more than held them. And again, 2 quick outs here for Nord, who's doing a great job of pitching with the lead, attacking his zone, and using his defense.
So with 2 down, here's Luce digging in from the left side. 0 for 2. First pitch swinging. There's a laser into right field, and on one hop. That will be a 2-out single.
Yeah, nice swing that time by Cardelus, who has his first hit of the afternoon, the 5th hit for Bryan this afternoon, but it comes with 2 outs. But still trying to mount a rally here. And why not? You got Cam Bukowski stepping to the dish looking for his first
I just
hit.
noticed a different number in right field. Orta is now in right. So we have, it looks like Allegretti now in left. Is that correct? Turn around, young man. So they've swapped corners here. Okay. 1-0. Takes a strike. Boy, the skies are starting to look a little darker here. Bukowski on the afternoon, 0 for 2 with a ground out to third and a fly out to center. Popped him up. Home run in a phone booth. A little bit more as it travels foul down the left side. So 1-2.
Bukowski, .462 on base percentage, has been held off the bases this afternoon and now down to his last strike.
Trying for another scoreless inning. This one, a liner into right field. And, boy, you talk about short-stepping the bag there. Loose. Wasn't going anywhere anyway. He was just happy to take 90 feet. But now a little bit of a rally here with 2 outs and runners at first and second. And this should be Hunter Watson. Are we going to have a pinch runner? Or are we going to have a pinch hitter?
Catcher, Hunter Watson.
Nope, Watson has a bat. And I haven't seen anybody come out of the Bryan dugout just yet, but now we are. And Alous is coming out, trying to get a number on the young man that's coming in to run. Okay, let's see. It looks like number 1. That is going to be Jess Hendricks.
A good visit that time. First visit from Coach Rick Weaver out there, just to remind guys the situation. Maybe give Nord a chance to catch his breath here a little bit after a 2-out mini rally here by Bryan.
Well, you got to force it any base. Nort deals. First pitch swinging, chopper to third. Long throw and a great pick. Did he keep his foot on the bag? No. Rodriguez, and they're going to send the runner home. 1 run will score. They've got nobody covering third. The throw goes there anyway. Hendricks tries to take the extra 90, and he's out. So a lot of pinball action taking place on that play, as we're going to have E5 on the throw. The run comes home off the bat of Watson, but then score it. Let's see here. 5-3-2. Was it 6?
5.
Okay, 5-3-2-5 on the out at third. So after all of that, the Pythagorean theorem looks simple, but it's 1 run coming on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left aboard. So Bryan does get something as we head to the bottom of the frame. It's still a 4-run Defiance lead. We'll have the bottom of the inning when we come back. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit member-owned financial cooperative. Visit superiorcu.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
Bottom of the 6th. We still have a very competitive ball game here at Defiance as the host Bulldogs. 5 runs on 5 hits, 1 error visiting Bryan. Finally piercing the scoreboard in the top half of this frame. 1 run on 5 hits, 1 error. A lot of pinball going on that very last play, but I believe we have it accurately. And Bukowski will come back out. I think they're going to ride or die with Bukowski in this game, especially since they've got to finish up a game tomorrow morning. And then, let's see, let's look and see where they're at next week. I believe they're completely out of conference for the rest of the regular season. They are. Tuesday, they're at Edgerton. For Defiance, they will be here tomorrow against Olentangy Berlin. Then on Monday versus Perrysburg. His first pitch swinging. Chase Brownlee comes up empty, strike 1. You talk about busy. Saturday, Monday, then 2 on Tuesday. We will have the nightcap for you. It's now a 7 o'clock first pitch on Tuesday against Archibald. That was originally scheduled to be a normal 5 o'clock first pitch, but not going to be the case. They got lights here. The 0-2 in the dirt. Bukowski kicks, fires. Off the fists, popped up right side. Luce will call for it, and he puts the leather to it for the first out. So that'll bring up Braden Weaver.
First baseman, Braden Weaver.
Weaver on the afternoon. 0 for 2, but he did reach on an error back in the 4th. That was the inning that Defiance finally broke the scoreboard, putting across a couple runs. Best swing so far this afternoon off of Bukowski. Was up around the letters, but he fouled it straight back.
Yeah, that time Weaver got a fastball around the leathers, had a good, healthy swing. Fouls it straight back.
The 0-1. Bukowski will step off. He'll retoe. This one gets dirty.
That's kind of what I expect to see, a lot of benders to Weaver in this at bat.
Bukowski deals. Ground ball to first. Luce has it. He'll make the unassisted put out. I don't know what it is about the water in Bryan, but, man, they've got some big young men, don't they?
Rodriguez.
So 2 up, 2 down. Here's Rodriguez.
They passed the eye test. They look corn-fed out there.
Yes, they do. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I believe you yourself have said you're a big fan of protein. First pitch swinging, Rodriguez fouls this one away. Trust me, during your absence, old Tommy, Tom Held and myself have had a few conversations about best drive-through burger, where Scoop Miller might stop. Of course, the answer was Culver's. I believe he said you have been known to empty your gas tank to find the nearest Culver's. Is that true or not?
Well, Culver's does have some Indiana roots, so being a Hoosier, I have made the trip across the state line a few times. Not always for the Butterburger, but
really, okay. It is worth going out of your way for. I will say that. The 0-2 just above the letters. Problem is, I wish that was like eating broccoli. It was as healthy as eating your vegetables. I'd make that a meal at least once every day. The 1-2. Ground ball hit hard on 2 hops. Sets up nicely for Uran. Long throw. Nice stretch by Luce, and they got him. It is a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left aboard. We will head to the top of the 7th. Bryan is down to their final 3 outs. They need at least 4 runs, or this one's in the books. Don't go anywhere. We'll have it for you when we come back. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Stamball Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling engagement ring, a timeless anniversary gift, or a present for someone special, Stamball Jewelers has something for every occasion. Visit us today and discover why we've been serving the community since 1948.
When a fire or natural disaster throws a penalty flag, let ServiceMaster Restore work for you. Anything from minor cleanups to complete overhaul and rebuilding. Contact ServiceMaster by McCann.
Top of the 7th, skies are gray, lights are beaming down. This is a college-level facility at a prep school, ladies and gentlemen. They're proud of it, and as well they should be. 5 runs on 5 hits, 1 error for the host Defiance Bulldogs. 1 run on 5 hits, 1 error for the visiting Bryan Golden Bears. Mason Nort looking to finish out a complete game and with it pick up his 3rd victory of the season. He will have to deal to 5, 6, and 7. Hunter Watson, Bryce Welling, and Jacob Uran. Well, there's no such thing as a 4-run homer as a leadoff man. And right now, Bryce Welling's job, check that. Hunter Watson, nope, Bryce Welling. Check swing, takes a strike on the outside corner. Scoop, you just got to find a way aboard. Keep the line moving.
Yeah, right now this is Bryce Welling up there. Just has to find a way to get on base, set the table. Can't tie it on one swing right here.
Oh, nasty pitch. Well placed. Out at third on the black. Is it me or does Nort look like he's getting stronger?
Tell you what, he's got a little bit more pop in that fastball here the last couple innings. Again, pitching with a lot of confidence here. Has a lot left in the tank.
This one literally tomahawked into center field. That ball was up around eye level. And with the placement, seriously, to have to explain how that was, that had to have been, what, a negative launch angle of about, what, negative 35?
Yeah, that was a true Tommy Hawk right there. That ball was up at his eyes, and somehow he had the quickness to get his bat out on it, laced it up the middle.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about this before. I saw a Tennessee player do the same thing last weekend. Negative launch angle of probably 35, exit velo of maybe 40, but it's where you put them, not always how hard you hit them.
And right now, both teams have had 8 runners on base here this afternoon, but Defiance has made the most of them. They've just have stranded a couple runners all night. Bryan's had some opportunities, but credit Nort, he has not allowed Bryan to really bunch up a lot of hits. He certainly has kept Bryan quiet on 2-out hits.
Uran digging in, swing and a miss. Bottom fell out of that pitch, and he's upset with himself. It's 0-2. Jacob Uran 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts looking tonight.
Yeah, that's that nasty bender right there that Uran was just over the top of. Once again, Nord on top, 0-2.
Deals here. This one a little humpbacker. It will get down into center field. Horvath on it quickly, and maybe for the first time tonight, I think Nort made a mistake. And when I say mistake, it wasn't that he threw a wild pitch, but that one maybe caught a little too much of the strike zone.
I agree. That was almost a freebie. You're up 0-2, so make a quality pitch. But he put that one right down the heart of the plate, belt high. And for the second time tonight, Bryan has led off an inning with back-to-back singles. The other time came in the 5th. We end up coming up empty.
Yep. That is the 7th hit of the evening for Bryan. They have out-hit the Bulldogs. They just don't have much to show for it. And it took a pinball machine to score their first run of the game last frame. Coach Weaver going out. The meeting is relatively quick, but with nobody out, the 8-hole Cole Carlin scheduled to come to the plate. Bryan not going away quietly with runners at first and second.
Well, Bryan's not going to go away quietly. They got too many quality kids. They're a well-coached team. And right now, if you're Bryan, find a way to get the tying run to the plate with nobody out. So I think this is a huge at-bat coming up here for the sophomore, Cole Carlin, who has shown he can hit Nort, but has had a couple atom balls here this afternoon trying to get his first hit. And more importantly, bring that tying run to the plate here in the 7th inning.
He will dig in 0 for 2 with a ground out to second. He also reached on a fielder's choice. It was a chopper to third. There's a good low strike on the outside corner.
And that's a good hold by Carlin. A tough pitch. Sometimes you got to tip your cap to the pitcher. That was a quality pitch by Nort right at the bottom edge of the zone.
0-1, late decision, fouled away. Well, here we go again. He's been 0-2 against each of the first 3 hitters this frame, but then he has surrendered back-to-back singles. We'll see what he does here against Carlin. Middle infield pinching right now. This one a ground ball, could be a tailor-made double play. The flip, Brownlee's relay, they got him. 6, 4, 3, and just like that, Bryan down to their final out.
Well, just what the doctor ordered. Pitcher's best friend, Dick and Dan out there, 6-4-3 double play. Tailor-made, especially on this turf. And right now, Bryan down to the last out.
Welling takes third on the play, and that will bring up the 9-hole Jake Arnold. 0 for 2. Nort deals. First pitch swinging. Shot up the middle. Backhanded by Brownlee. Boy, the second baseman has been nifty here this afternoon, and that will do it. Score at 4-3 for the final out of the ball game. No runs on a couple of hits, no errors, and 1 left the board. Defiance had to earn it, but a 5-1 victory gets that sour taste out of the loss last night out of their mouth. And with it, it also snaps a 3-game winning streak for the Golden Bears. 5-1 our final. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll have your postgame right after this. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org. Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit, member-owned financial cooperative. Visit superiorcu.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
Stamball Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling engagement ring, a timeless anniversary gift, or a present for someone special, Stamball Jewelers has something for every occasion. Visit us today and discover why we've been serving the community since 1948. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com.
Well, back at Defiance, and there you see some future Bulldogs hustling up, getting a picture on the field. They take their baseball very seriously here in Defiance. And what they saw here this afternoon was their varsity win a pitcher's duel. Defiance, 5 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. Bryan, 1 run on 7 hits, 1 error. And it's not that Cam Bukowski for Bryan threw a bad ball game. We have him for 6 innings. He allowed 5 hits, 5 runs. He only walked 1 while striking out 6. But again, it's where the hits came, or more specifically, when the hits came for Defiance compared to Bryan that made the difference in this ball game. Scott.
Well, you're right. I thought Bukowski was a tough luck losing pitcher here this afternoon, because anytime you limit any team, but Defiance, to 5 hits, you only surrender 1 walk. You did not hit a batter, but yet you're on the short end of a 5-1 game. Just things did not go well for the Bryan Golden Bears here this afternoon.
On the flip side, Mason Nort was superlative. 7 innings, he gets the complete game win, scatters 7 hits, only allows 1 run. It was earned. He didn't walk anybody while striking out 2, but also what he did, Scoop, was didn't allow any free bases tonight, and that made a huge difference.
Oh, that was tremendous. And again, one of the best pitch games I've seen, and we've seen a lot of them not only across the state, but certainly right here in our backyard in Defiance. And again, he was masterful. So many times he not only had a first pitch strike, you mentioned time and time again how many times he had 0-2 on the hitters. And I'm not sure he got into a 3-ball count here all afternoon. So he did just an amazing job. And again, with just 2 strikeouts, he got guys to hit his pitch. But you do that when you make a living controlling the count. You consistently get guys in 0-2, 1-2 counts. That's not good math for your offense.
Well, and the big blow offensively, because again, Bryan out-hit Defiance this afternoon, 7-5. But we talked about it when the hits came, and the big blow, it turned a 2-0 game into a 5-0 game, was Colt Ward's inside the park 3-run homer in the 5th that really blew open the floodgates.
Boy, timing is everything, and credit to Defiance. They came up with that big hit when they needed it. They took advantage of the only walk that Bukowski issued, that 2-out walk to Drew Allegretti there in that 5th inning, and that set the stage there for Colt Ward, who had a great swing there with a solid knock to center field. And being down 2 late innings, Cade Carlin went for the all or none and came up empty on that diving catch attempt. Ended up being an inside the park home run, but that certainly was kind of the dagger, as we mentioned, as Defiance rolled on.
We were talking about Colt Ward there, and he's become a fan favorite from a lot of these youngsters. He and everybody else, but you see number 30 down there, they are lining up to get the sophomore's autograph. My goodness. And they're having some fun with him, but he's enjoying the moment as well. He should.
Well, he should. He's a tremendous player, and certainly a great leader for this Defiance team. He's very solid defensively. And again, I just think maybe I'm partial to those left-handed hitters, but I think he's got a gorgeous swing. And we mentioned before the home run, I'm not sure I want to pitch this guy in that situation, even with first base occupied. Yep. I just didn't want to pitch to him, and I'm not sure how long you can keep him quiet. And we found out tonight it's not very long, as that 3-run inside the park home run, more than the difference in this 5-1 Bulldog victory.
And, of course, they're now soaking up the moment here. A lot of the seniors taking pics with each other. What we're going to do is take a quick timeout. I'm going to try and see if we can't get either Mason Nort or Cole Ward to come up and join us. Coach Weaver making the media gamut up here in the booth. So we're going to take a quick timeout. But, again, the final score, Defiance 5 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. Bryan 1 run on 7 hits, 1 error. Don't go anywhere. Back with more of the postgame right after this on DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. For the past has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org. Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding. 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com.
Superior Credit Union, a not-for-profit, member-owned financial cooperative. Visit superiorcu.com to find out more about joining the winning team at Superior Credit Union.
Welcome you back to Defiance as the postgame rolls on. 5 runs, 5 hits, only 1 error for the host Bulldogs. 1 run on 7 hits and 1 error for the visiting Bryan Golden Bears. It's not necessarily the amount of hits you get, but when you put them together. That and just a tremendous job, a complete game masterpiece by Mason Nort, and it all ends up in being a victory. Kind of gets that sour taste out of last night out of your mouth a little bit. That's why you love the game of baseball, don't you, Coach?
Yeah,
you get to play again the next night.
You get to come back. Football and basketball, you got to usually wait a week and sit around and be upset. So, up until 3:15, we didn't even know if we were going to play, looking at the radar.
It didn't look promising, did it?
Not. And then all of a sudden it cleared, and we're like, all right, let's go, boys. and when Bryan comes to town, you don't have to get the boys up. They were ready to go, and they wanted to play. They were not happy when I said, I don't know, this doesn't look good. So they were excited when I said, let's go, we're rolling.
Hey, we were excited up here in the booth as well. Kids in a candy store. Let's talk a little bit about the approach at the plate here this afternoon, because Bukowski was dealing early. It looked like his pitches maybe had a little bit of waggle on them, kind of a late release. We used to jokingly call it an invisible fastball. But what was it about his stuff, Colt, let's start with you, that made him so tough to pick up?
I would just say he got ahead early in counts and stuff like that, and we were just when we started to hunt the fastball, that's when we started to really started to hit him. But he was just getting ahead with his off speed and getting ahead of batters.
So walk us through what happens when you've got a pitcher that's dealing early. You guys are talking to each other in the dugout. What did you see? What did he throw there? It's a continual chess match, isn't it?
It is, and that's what I thought the first 2 or 3 innings, I thought we took too many fastballs. I thought we kind of played into his hands, let him get ahead, and that's what we kind of talked about was let's be more aggressive. I think it was a changeup that was kind of a strikeout pitch, And I said, let's not get to 2 strikes, try to get on early. And that's what we did early. And then obviously Jace had the big hit with 2 strikes. Braden put the ball in play with 2 strikes, and obviously Colt had the hugest hit. Is that even a word, hugest?
Yeah, it is now. It is now.
And all I could see, I've watched Cade Carlin play center field for 3 years out there, and that ball just kept hanging. I'm like, he's going to get it. He's going to get it. And as soon as I saw it hit, and he went diving, I'm like, well, this is going to be Colt's only chance to ever get a home run. So I'm sending him. I am sending him.
Come on now.
Like I said, Colt, thanks for making me look good. I just had mentioned in that scenario, I said I will not pitch to Colt Ward in this situation. I know it seems crazy. First base is occupied, first and second. You know where you're going to put them, but I just think you really had some quality swings up there in just a matter of time, and it had to feel awfully good.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, it did.
Hey, Scoop, it's funny you say that because literally in my mind, the first thing I thought they were going to walk him. And I thought, I don't think they'll walk him first and second. And then I'm like, okay, if there's a pass ball, do I hold him? I literally was thinking, do I hold him?
Totally
because if they go, I know we're walking him. And then I'm like, that might be dumb. So I'm glad none of that happened and he was able to swing.
Now, Colt, break that down because you and I were coming up here. I asked you where you picked that ball up. What is at least supposed to be the protocol when you round first versus when you round second, when you start to check in at third and that becomes the coach's call?
Yeah, I mean, it was really just running hard out of the box right out of the jump. And then after I round first, I saw it go past him, and right away I was thinking 4. So just
so you were going to run through any stop sign, is that it?
I was just trying to get my body going, to be honest, and then just look at Coach after that.
He'd never run through a stop sign, would he?
No, he wouldn't. He's very coachable. Very.
All right, in all seriousness, though, let's talk about the young man on the bump and Mason's job. And, again, I know he's kind of battled a little bit. His numbers are a little bit of a smaller sample size compared to the rest of the guys. But, my goodness, can you just talk about what a bulldog he was today?
Yeah, he's a competitor. He had 2 strikeouts. And so they obviously put the ball in play a lot, and he didn't walk anybody.
No freebies.
I think we turned 2, maybe 3 double plays. And I said earlier, I think the play of the game really was in the 6th inning where they had first and second. We have the errant throw. Our first baseman makes a nice pick. We almost get him at home. They try to go to third. Luckily, our shortstop's aware. He's covering. Colt makes throw. We get him out. And our guys kind of came out a little dejected. And I'm like, boys, that's like best case scenario.
Yeah.
That could have been anywhere down there. We throw there. We throw there. They've got 3 runs. Like, I will take 1 run out of that. And then I said even, in the 7th inning, Mason gave up the 2 0-2 hits. I thought they were both really good pitches. One was up and he swung, and I thought the curveball he kind of flicked. And then I thought the third out, the Arnold kid had a base hit up the middle, and Jace made that look easy. He made that look way too easy.
Yeah, he was just getting in the
an
habit
easy
of getting
play.
those 0-2 pitches. And credit Bryan, I thought they had some tough 2-strike hits. But, credit Mason, time and time again, he got guys 0-2, 1-2. You talked about not issuing a walk. I did not have him in a 3-ball count, unofficially anyway. So, again, just really commanded the zone.
Yeah, and that's kind of his MO. That's when he's really good. Excuse me. When he gets ahead like that. And I bet you he had obviously probably 3 or 4 big outs that he got with 2 outs where they had guys on where this could have been totally different.
Well, he fielded his position. He also held runners on. Cole, I'll ask you this question, though, too, because it looks like he's got a nasty sweeper. I mean, the bottom falls out of that thing. What's it like to catch him?
I love it, man, because he throws strikes. He's easy to catch, this man, because he's always in the zone. He's always around the zone, and he's always just competing. I'll say that about Mason for sure.
Speaking of the zone, it looked like the black was being given, especially downstairs and outside. We talked about what the hitters are talking about in the dugout. How about pitcher-catcher? Okay, this maybe an extra fraction of a second here, or trust me, I'm going to bring this one back. What's the conversation like between pitcher and catcher in the dugout?
I mean, it's easy with me and Mason. We have a very good relationship between me and him. So he always trusts me. Wherever he puts the ball, I'm going to block it or frame it or whatever it is. So it was easy just with him just being on the mound and always hitting his spots.
All right, no rest for the weary. You guys are back here tomorrow. Then, it's Monday. Then a doubleheader on Tuesday at 2 locations. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're going to go to OG and finish our game. It's in the top of the 5th. We're up 7-1. We're going to play that at 4, and then we're going to come back and play Archibald Under the Lights at 7.
At 7. We'll be here for that one.
Well, let's go.
We couldn't have an Archibald game without this guy.
We'll try
on the
not to
headset,
start without you.
Congratulations,
Congrats.
gentlemen.
Thank
you.
Enjoy your
It
weekend.
won't be a normal Archibald game without him whining from the dugout every pitch. That's what I miss.
Touche. We're going to take a quick timeout. We're back to put a blue and gold, make that black and blue
right.
bow on the post game here tonight. Defiance with the victory over Bryan. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org.
Welcome back to Defiance. Brent Balbinot and Scoop Millers. We're going to put a wrap on this evening's post game. Again, Defiance 5 runs on 5 hits, 1 error, 1 run on 7 hits, and 1 error for Bryan. And just a well-played game on both ends and both dugouts, Scoop. But at the end of 7 innings, Defiance just had a little bit more.
I tell you, it was a great high school baseball game. Both these teams deserve a lot of credit. But credit Defiance, when you find ways to win games where you get out-hit, that's always got to be a confidence booster. And Defiance did so many little things well. We talked about the importance of a rivalry game like this. It'll come down to little things. They did not issue a freebie, other than they had the 1 error, but they did not walk a guy, did not get a hit batsman, did not have a wild pitch, a pass ball. I mean, those are the things that win you games. And again, anytime you can beat a program like Bryan, well, that's going to be a feather in your cap. But again, tremendous high school game by both these teams.
With the tough luck loss, the Golden Bears now fall to 10-8-1. They will finish up their suspended game that won or tie against Waseon with a 9:30 first pitch tomorrow morning. The Bulldogs now 12-5 overall. This was obviously a non-conference matchup, so they remain 5-2 in the WBL. They are in action, and I'm trying to think who they've got tomorrow. Olentangy Berlin right back here as part of that PBR showcase tomorrow right back here. Our next ball game will be just up Ayersville Road on Monday. It will be softball senior night, the Honey Badger and Kendra Waldron along with 3 other seniors. They will be taking on Waseon. We will have that game for you. Then Tuesday night, you just heard Coach Weaver mention it. It will be a little later, under the lights, a 7 o'clock first pitch. We'll have that one for you Tuesday as well. For our entire crew, big thank you going out to them in a very chilly, windy afternoon. Big thank you to our sponsors for helping make the broadcast a possibility. And as always, you, the fan, for tuning in. For Scoop Miller, I'm Brent Balbinot. Final score again tonight, Defiance 5, Bryan 1. You've been watching a presentation of DCTV Sports.